Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing something different. We're taking a look back at the history of food. And more specifically, we are going to be looking at 25 classic dishes of San Francisco's Chinatown in the 1920s. Now, the 1920s was a very interesting time for Chinese cuisine in America. It was an era when Chinese restaurants were popping up all over the United States, serving up delicious dishes that were inspired by the immigrants who had come from China. Many of these dishes were created out of necessity, using ingredients that were readily available in the United States and adapting them to local tastes. But despite the changes, the dishes still retained their unique Chinese flavors. And some of them became so popular that they're still being served up today. In this video, we'll be exploring 25 of those dishes, learning about their history and how they became such a hit with American diners. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take a culinary journey back in time. Alright, let's start with one of the most iconic dim sum dishes of all time, har gow. These juicy pork dumplings are made with a thin and delicate skin that has been boiled and then steamed. The filling is typically made with ground pork, which can be seasoned with ginger, garlic, and soy sauce. For a savory flavor, when it comes to cooking, har gow requires a certain level of skill and precision to get the wrapper just right. But once you master the technique, you'll be rewarded with a dish that's both delicious and impressive. Moving on, we have char, also known as barbecued pork buns. These soft and fluffy buns are filled with a sweet and savory barbecued pork. That has been slow cooked until it has melt in your mouth. The combination of the soft bun and the succulent pork filling makes for a truly irresistible snack or light meal. Char siu has its roots in Cantonese cuisine, and it was brought to the United States by Chinese immigrants who adapted it to local tastes. The result was a dish that was both familiar and exciting to American diners. Next up is wonton soup. This flavorful soup features tender pork or shrimp. Dumplings that are served in a rich and aromatic broth alongside vegetables like cabbage and green onions. Wonton soup is not only delicious, but it's also incredibly comforting. Its origins can be traced back to Guangdong province in China, where it was originally a special occasion dish. Now, let's talk about chow mein. This dish consists of noodles that are stir-fried with vegetables, meat, and a flavorful sauce. Chow mein has a rich history dating back to the Qing dynasty in China. During this time, noodles were considered a luxury food and were often served on special occasions. However, with the influx of Chinese immigrants in the United States, chow mein became more accessible to the general public. Next, we have the savory and satisfying turnip cake, also known as lo bak go. This dish is made by frying thin slices of daikon radish that are seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic. Lo bak go is a popular dim sum dish that is often served alongside other favorites like har gow and char siu bao. Its origins can be traced back to the Teochew people in southern China, who were known for their expertise in cooking radish. Moving on, we have sweet and sour pork, a dish that needs no introduction. This classic American takeout staple consists of crispy fried pork that's tossed in a tangy and flavorful sauce. Despite its name, sweet and sour pork is not actually Chinese in origin. It was created in the United States as a way to use up leftover roast pork. The dish quickly became a favorite among American diners, and it is now widely available in Chinese restaurants across the country. Next up is wonton, a delicious appetizer that consists of a thin sheet of dough that's filled with a mixture of ground pork, shrimp, and vegetables. Once the wonton is sealed, it's either boiled or steamed and then served with a dipping sauce. Wonton has its roots in Chinese cuisine, and it was brought to the United States by immigrants who adapted it to local tastes. Now let's talk about egg foo young, a savory pancake that's made with a thin batter and filled with a mixture of eggs, meat, and vegetables. Egg foo young is often served with a side of white rice and a dark soy sauce for dipping. The dish has a rich history dating back to the Qing dynasty in China, where it was known as danbi. Moving on, we have chop suey, a dish that's synonymous with Chinese food in America. Despite its Americanized reputation, chop suey actually has its roots in Chinese cuisine. The dish consists of meat and vegetables that are stir-fried and served over rice or noodles. Chop suey was brought to the United States by Chinese immigrants who adapted it to local ingredients and tastes. Next up is mushu, pork or chicken, a dish that's sure to please any crowd. This classic entree features thin slices of meat that are sautéed with vegetables and served with pancakes and a dipping sauce. Mushu pork or chicken is not only delicious, but it's also incredibly versatile. Now, let's talk about General Tso's chicken, a dish that needs no introduction. This iconic American Chinese dish consists of deep-fried chicken that is coated in a sweet and spicy sauce and served with white rice. Despite its name, General Tso's chicken has nothing to do with the actual Chinese military general. The dish was created in the United States, and it quickly became a favorite among American diners. Next up is another American classic, Kung Pao chicken. This stir-fried dish features chicken, peanuts, vegetables, and a spicy sauce. Kung Pao chicken was also created in the United States, and it is now widely available in Chinese restaurants across the country. Moving on, we have pan-fried noodles, a simple yet satisfying dish that features thick noodles that are pan-fried with vegetables and meat. Pan-fried noodles are often served with a side of pickled onions or mustard greens for added flavor. This dish has its roots in Chinese cuisine, and it was brought to the United States by immigrants who adapted it to local ingredients and tastes. Next up is beef with broccoli, a classic combination that never gets old. This dish features tender pieces of beef that are stir-fried with broccoli florets and a savory sauce. Beef with broccoli is a popular choice for those looking for a healthier meal option. Now let's talk about macaroni salad, a unique dish that combines elements of Chinese and American cuisine. This salad features macaroni pasta that's tossed with mayonnaise, celery, onions, and sometimes even chopped egg. Macaroni salad is not typically found in Chinese restaurants in China, but it's a popular side dish in many Chinese restaurants in the United States. Moving on, we have cold chicken, a refreshing appetizer or light meal that features poached chicken that is served with a cold sauce or salad. Cold chicken is often garnished with chopped green onion and cilantro for added flavor. This dish has its roots in Chinese cuisine, and it was brought to the United States by immigrants, who adapted it to local ingredients and tastes. Next up is the ever-popular shrimp toast. This appetizer features a thick slice of toasted bread that's topped with a mixture of minced shrimp, cream cheese, and mayonnaise. Shrimp toast is often served with a side of hot sauce for dipping. The origins of shrimp toast can be traced back to the early 20th century, when it was first introduced in Chinese restaurants in San Francisco. Moving on, we have fried rice, a classic dish that's made with leftover rice that's stir-fried with eggs, vegetables, and meat. Fried rice is a popular choice for breakfast or lunch, and it is a great way to use up leftover rice. The dish has its roots in Chinese cuisine, and it was brought to the United States by immigrants who adapted it to local ingredients and tastes. Next up is another fan favorite, pork fried rice. This savory dish features pork that's stir-fried with eggs, vegetables, and rice. Pork fried rice is often served with a side of hot sauce or mustard for added flavor. The origins of pork fried rice can be traced back to the Qing dynasty in China, where it was known as chow fan. Finally, we have fortune cookies, a popular dessert that's often served at the end of a Chinese meal. Despite their popularity, fortune cookies are not actually Chinese in origin. They were created in the United States, and they've become a staple of Chinese restaurants across the country. And there you have it, 25 classic dishes of San Francisco's Chinatown in the 1920s. From the savory flavors of hargao to the sweet and sour pork. These dishes are sure to tantalize your taste buds and leave you wanting more. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more culinary adventures. Until next time, happy eating!